Hey everybody, it's AgentFlex here with my very first post on the YTPokemonArena. I'm a new director here, and this is a Heart Gold Soul Silver OU battle against Geotorr. He's also a battler on YouTube, so check him out if you want. And yeah, it's an OU battle, but I'm not using all OUs because I was just messing around a little bit, but it turned out to be a good battle, so here we go. He goes for a fake out on my Quillfish, and then I switch into my Rhyperior, and he taunts me. I go straight for the Mega Horn, but since I outspeed, I know he went for counter since it has negative priority, and there's no chance I would outspeed without that. So he hits me with a counter, and it doubles damage what I dealt to him, so that will easily take me out. And down goes one of my rock polishing sweepers. So I go into my Gyarados here, and he taunts me, and I predict that and just finish him with a waterfall. It's not that good for me though, since I can't set up any dragon dances. Then he goes into the Caesar, which I know is going to be an interesting set because he told me before the battle he wanted to test it out. So he flings and gets a crit with his light ball, and it paralyzes because that's what the item does. And so I go for a sub, predicting a switch, and he goes into this Dragonite and goes for an Earthquake. Takes out my sub, of course, and now I go for the Toxic since I don't have a Hidden Power Ice or anything. And now I'm going to switch out, predicting another Earthquake, and go into my Gengar, but he goes for a Dragon Dance, so that's not very good for me since he'll now outspeed my Gengar. So he just goes for the Fire Punch, and I had a chance of living this, but he gets a crit, which was pretty bad for me. I had like a 12% chance to live it and a 5% chance to die, but crit makes it so I'm gonna die for sure. So I get the Intimidate off, and he switches, and I go for a Stone Edge. I probably should have Dragon Danced there, but oh well. I get a crit there, so it was payback, which was really good for me. And then I'm stupid and went for a waterfall as he switches into a Tentacruel. That was pretty obvious. So now I go into my Specs Jolteon. He sets up a layer of Toxic Spikes, but this team really isn't affected too much by Toxic Spikes. So now I hadn't seen a ground type, so I thought Thunderbolt was safe, but he has this Gliscor, which I didn't want to see at all. So he gets a Toxic on my Gyarados because I was forced to switch there. Now he switches out back into the Tentacruel, and I go for a Dragon Dance, so that was good for me. This is a bulky Gyarados with HP Vs instead of more speed, with Adamant Nature and Max Attack, so this Stone Edge should do a lot. And it does a decent amount, a little bit over half. And he goes for a Surf, so it's good for me because I know he doesn't have the HP Electric. So yeah, this poison is taking me down a lot, and I just switch out here because I didn't want to risk a Stone Edge miss, and I knew he would just go for another Surf, so I went back into my lead here. And now I'm going to take the chance to set up some entry hazards, and he goes for another Surf, and I'm hoping to live another Surf and go for a Spikes, but he goes for the Rapid Spin, so I should have taunted way earlier with this thing. That was really stupid of me. I forgot all about that. I get a free Explode off though, which was great for me, especially because it was on the Lucario, which is a really deadly sweeper, as you guys all know. So that was pretty good for me actually, even though all my spikes got blown away. So he goes back into Tentacruel. I go for a Shadow Ball because I know he could switch into the Gliscor, so I don't want to risk it. And so he goes for a Sludge Bomb now, and now switches out into his Caesar, and I go for a Shadow Ball. It does about half of what he has left, and I just go for another. Luckily he doesn't go for a Bullet Punch because that would do some pretty decent damage to me, and I get a crit there, but it didn't really matter. So I just go for another Shadow Ball on his Gliscor, and it does a decent amount since I'm Spexed, and then he finishes me with an EQ. So my Jolteon actually did pretty good this battle, despite I couldn't use my primary stab move since this Gliscor is still lurking around. So he suppresses my Intimidate and gets a Roost off, and I'm going to go for a Waterfall here, and it actually does decent damage even though Gliscor does have really good defenses. So I know I'll be able to 2-hit KO, but I don't want him roosting off any more damage, so I'm actually going to go for the taunt, but he actually goes for the taunt and outspeeds me, so I can't use taunt after he taunts me. So that was pretty bad for me. I also can't set up any more dragon dances, and Toxic's doing a pretty decent amount to me, so he switches out, I switch out, and go into my Heatran. And I know I'll probably be able to take one Surf, since Tentacruels usually don't have that much special attack EV investment because they're usually more bulky. So I go for an Earth Power on the Tentacruel, and it doesn't take it out, but it does really good damage, and now he's going to take me out with another Surf. So yeah, that Paralyze on my Heatran kind of mattered, but I guess the Heatran was okay to be paralyzed compared to my Gyarados or anything else. So I switch into my Gyarados, go for a Dragon Dance, knowing that he only has Sludge Bomb and Surf, and he's not going for Sludge Bomb for some reason. I don't think Gyarados resists it, but oh well. I could take those too. So I go for a Stone Edge here because I know he has 3 pokes left, and Poison would take me down if I went for another Dragon Dance, because it does more every turn. So now he has 2 pokes left and goes into this Dragonite. I do outspeed after a Dragon Dance, which was great for me, and my Stone Edge does hit, so that will take him out. Now the only thing he has left is a Gliscor, and I'll be able to finish and outspeed with a Waterfall. So great game. It was a really close battle, and probably one of the most strategic ones I've had in a while. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. I'll probably be posting here more in the future. I also do black and white battles, so if you want to battle me, I'll be up for it. Add me on Skype if you want, at AgentFlex, capital A, capital F with no spaces. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe to YouTube Pokemon Arena. Check out my channel if you want, and peace out.